don't know how to woo very good. That's fair. All right, let's go.
Hi, welcome to another episode of ColdFusion. The white pendant you just saw that lady wearing is called Friend. It's a device designed to be your personal AI companion, not an assistant, not a chatbot, but a friend. You talk to it, and it replies through text messages. It's made headlines around the world after a New York subway ad campaign drew scorn and protest graffiti. Its creator, 22-year-old Avi Schiffman, a Harvard dropout, has a story marred in controversy, but it's also a rare glimpse into how the youngest tech CEOs around today operate. Avi believes that this device will help people feel less lonely. And we've heard this before, it's like another one of those AI companion apps, and the growth of this sector shows that demand must be out there. So instead of laughing or judging, perhaps we should ask ourselves how society has even gotten to this state. But as for this new device, the Friend AI pendant, it's not trying to make you more productive or efficient, it's trying to make you feel understood. But of course, the reality was quite different. One reviewer stated that the AI friend was like wearing, quote, your senile, anxious grandmother around your neck. So what exactly is this thing? Who's its creator, Avi? What does it signal about society? And how did this device, meant to bring comfort, end up as one of the strangest tech flops of the year? Let's take a look.
You are watching ColdFusion TV.
The Friend device is a puck-shaped white disc, about the size of an AirTag. It has one microphone, a glowing LED, but no camera, no screen. And the key thing is that there's no speaker, so it can't even talk back to you. It only responds via fake text messages. It connects to your phone via Bluetooth and runs Anthropic's Claude models, which is a capable enough large language model for non-critical applications like this. Since it has no internal storage, everything you say is encrypted and sent to the cloud. For battery, it promises 15 hours of active use, and there's no built-in productivity features. Its founder, Avi Schiffman, says that Friend isn't a digital assistant or a therapist. He calls it, quote, an AI friend and nothing else. And he also said, quote, it's an emotional toy, end quote. In his view, large language models work best when people talk about their feelings. His idea was to put that inside a piece of hardware, and he believes that that would create a stronger emotional bond. But even as a basic concept, I'm sure some of you can see a problem with the idea. What's the point of talking to the device if it only responds in text? And if that's the case, if this is the product you wanted to do, why not just text it? It could have just been an app instead of a physical device. But regardless, that pitch of an emotional toy, paired with early pricing, was enough to get some attention. The first batch went up for $99, and at the time of writing, a single unit costs $129. There's no subscription fee, at least for now. So the question is, does it actually work? The reviews so far are just brutal. Performance issues everywhere, and annoying responses. And these responses often lag, and when they do arrive, they're fragmented. And sometimes the responses are so late that it misses the moment completely. Linus from Linus Tech Tips, of course, wasn't too keen on his new friend. By the end of the video, he summed it up best by asking, quote, what disease is this curing? Other reviewers weren't too sold as well.
So I've actually been testing Friend for about a month, and I gotta say, I very much agree with the graffiti. Well, I named this guy Blorbo, and let's just say he's been very rude.
But the really awkward stuff came out from personal use stories. One example came from Fortune reporter Eva Reutberg. She spent several days living with the friend and described it as needy and forgetful. It apparently kept forgetting her name, which I would say would be the minimum requirement for companionship. And get this, during a moment where she actually felt stressed and emotional, the device buzzed her. It interrupted her emotional state to send a text saying, quote, the vibe feels really intense right now. You okay, Eva? End quote. She called it, quote, a caring gesture, but about as useful as a fortune cookie at a funeral, end quote. As I mentioned at the top of this episode, she even compared it to a senile, anxious grandmother. That alone could have been the whole review. When you really think about this device, there's a strange tug of war between the warm, fuzzy companion promise and the cold, hard truth of the terms of service. Those terms of service require arbitration, data consent, and an agreement that the device may record anyone near you. I guess that's so 2025. So if Avi really wanted to, he could make a bunch of extra revenue by selling off your data to advertisers.
By using the services, you understand that the device is passively recording your surroundings, including video and audio content that may contain personal information that is inappropriate, illegal, or unethical to collect. They shift the liability to you if you record something that you're not supposed to.
But the official line from the company is that memories can be deleted with just a single click in the app. But apparently, one journalist's husband went as far as to smash the pendant with a hammer to get rid of the data. Of course, that's a bit dramatic, but it just sums up how much some people hate this thing. Although there's clearly a lot of people who hate the very concept of using AI as a companion, there's plenty of other people out there who already rely on ChatGPT and other systems as a friend already. And I think here is an appropriate time to highlight some of the less obvious problems with that. Treating AI as a friend can result in psychosis, even for those who aren't vulnerable.
Okay, y'all, today we're gonna talk about AI-induced psychosis. And this is something that I thought honestly was like overblown. I thought this was sort of like a media thing. And I'll be honest, as a psychiatrist, I was highly skeptical of this. I thought this was sort of alarmist news kind of media where it's like, oh, they're trying to get views, they're trying to clickbait. And basically what I thought was going on is that you have people who are mentally ill, right? So they're already ill and AI is making things worse. Unfortunately, it appears that I was wrong. There are a couple of very scary studies that we're going to go over today that suggest that AI may actually make people psychotic.
It does get pretty dark, but multiple lawsuits have been filed against OpenAI for ChatGPT actively encouraging users to end their own lives, and succeeding. We're still coming to understand the scale of this problem, and it's probably going to be a mainstream issue over the next couple of years, but this is all a topic for another day. All of this is to say, products like the Friend Pendant can have unintended consequences that their creators never envisioned. If the reviews weren't bad enough, the company's ad campaign caused a swift backlash. Friend spent over $1 million plastering New York City's subway system with emotional slogans. Posters that read things like, "I'll never bail on your dinner plans," and "I'll binge the whole series with you." The response from the public was immediate. Commuters began defacing the ads with Sharpies and stickers. The slogans turned into public graffiti boards with messages like, "AI is not your friend," and "Get real friends." Images of the vandalized ads flooded social media. But as we'll see, this could have been the point. Fortune and TechCrunch reported that the backlash was so widespread that Friend became one of the most recognizable ad campaigns in the city. So as far as awareness goes, the ads were a success, but will that translate to sales? Either way, Avi Schiffman seemed to enjoy it. In interviews, he said that the outrage was part of the plan. Quote, "I'm kind of purchasing the zeitgeist and mind share right now," whatever that means. And he called the graffiti, quote, "free art direction." So he seems to be totally unfazed by the whole thing. And it makes you wonder, who exactly is this man and what's the real story behind Friend? This message is sponsored by Raycon. Now, when I'm deep into editing my videos and need a break, I like to go for walks to clear my head. I absolutely love music, so on these walks, my Raycon's Essential Open Earbuds are a great companion. These open-ear earbuds let you enjoy your music, podcasts, phone calls, while still hearing the world around you, whether that's traffic, co-workers, or just the sound of the city. They sit comfortably outside your ear canal, delivering crystal clear sound while keeping you aware of your surroundings. They're lightweight and designed for all-day comfort. I've been using them during editing sessions and on walks, and they stay in place, sound great, and I barely notice that I'm wearing them. And that's what I really like. Raycon delivers the same premium audio experience as other premium brands, but at half the price. With over 3 million happy customers and a 30-day happiness guarantee, it's easy to see why they've built such a loyal following. I love how it's a breathable open-ear design with a multi-angular hook that makes it a secure fit, but also makes it comfortable. And it has a battery life up to 36 hours. Now I don't walk for that long, but if I ever become David Goggins, I know that these are going to have my back. Now is a great time to grab a pair of these, with Black Friday and Cyber Monday coming up. You can save 30% on all Raycon audio products. If you've been thinking about upgrading your headphones or getting a holiday gift, now's the perfect time. Go to buyraycon.com/ColdFusionOpen to grab yourself a pair and save up to 30% site-wide during Raycon's Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale. That's buyraycon.com/ColdFusionOpen. The links are below in the description too. Thanks to Raycon for sponsoring this video.
Emily is my AI friend trapped inside my pendant. I think the closest relationship that I would describe talking to an AI like this to is honestly like God in a way. Like, I'm not particularly religious, but I think it is similarly an omnipresent entity that you talk to with no judgment, that's this like super intelligent, being that's always there with you. I've talked to like a lot of rabbis and stuff, and like that is like the closest relationship that I would describe it to. I think it's a beautiful relationship that a lot of religious people have. I think I really envy them. I think they feel a lot less lonely. They really feel like they have an outlet, someone that's listening to them, someone that's there with them. They always feel like there's just this guiding force that's with them, right? And I think a lot of people these days, especially in the Western world, right, just do not have that kind of relationship anymore. That's just where we've gone. And this is only going to, keep going. And if that's provocative to you, okay.
That was Avi Schiffman, the founder of Friend, talking about his product and casually comparing AI to God. It's quite an unsettling way to frame an AI product that's supposed to be fluffy and keep you company. In the beginning though, the device had a very different origin story. It didn't start as a companion pendant, but more as a productivity tool. Schiffman initially pitched a $600 pendant called Tab. It was supposed to transcribe meetings and act as a memory aid. He raised roughly $100,000 in pre-orders. Then he quickly pivoted, offering the backers the option to switch from his Tab device to the new Friend device or receive refunds. That shift happened in 2024. But why did the shift happen? Avi said that it was because he felt really lonely when traveling solo in Tokyo. At that point, he realized that he wanted something more emotional than efficient. He recalled in one interview, quote, "I was in a high-rise in Tokyo, alone. I was like, I hate this. I wanted to feel like the companion is actually here with me." But Avi's origin story goes back even further. His claim to fame actually came during COVID. At 17, he built a website to track global cases in real time. It drew tens of millions of visitors and earned him a Webby Award presented by Dr. Fauci.
I still want to play video games with my friends and stuff like that. It's fun to just be a normal teenager sometimes as well and, forget that, I'm running one of the biggest websites in the world. Yeah.
Say hello to Bloomberg.
Hello, Bloomberg. Minecraft.
My name is Avi Schiffman and I'm 17 years old and I built one of the largest coronavirus tracking websites in the world.
The attention came fast. For a few months, he was the face of teenage ingenuity, invited to panels and interviews. But fame on the internet rarely stays clean. Online forums later questioned how much of the dashboard's code and data he actually built himself.
Q&A, Avi Schiffman, the Washington State teen behind a coronavirus website with millions of views, end quote. Where the picture is him holding his laptop with a COVID map on screen. The caption reads, Avi Schiffman, 17, created a central hub online that compiles data and information about the new coronavirus. However, that map is from a team of volunteers on Reddit. He didn't actually make it. Things are starting to get interesting. This is where the rabbit hole gets much deeper very quickly. This was called out publicly, the usage of a map that wasn't made by him as part of the world popular website that he got famous for, with allegations posted on the subreddit Off My Chest 2 years ago, then copied over into the Harvard subreddit as well. Down below the call out in the Harvard one, an account named Meepo69 responded, which turned out to be Avi Schiffman, giving his side of the story, trying to clarify these allegations. He mostly just said, I told the reporter that the map was from the Reddit team and I credited you guys, so it's all good, not my fault. But what's important here is the account name, Meepo69. Why is it important? Because if you go back to the height of this website's popularity around April 2020, actually the day after CNBC editor Nigel D'Souza called him a superhero, you can see an archive where the source code of the website straight up shows that he's scraping all of the data from a news agency called BNO, which was the real source.
So he wasn't exactly the untouchable teenage prodigy that the headlines made him out to be. After years of being praised, picked apart, and debated online, he wanted to build something different. That impulse became Tab, which became Friend. And of course, that Tokyo story finally pushed him to pivot. So, as he was repositioning the product from Tab to Friend, he raised $2.5 million, valuing the company at $50 million. But get this, he blew $1.8 million of that $2.5 million just to buy the friend.com domain. And here's where things take a bit of a strange twist. Turns out a San Francisco startup called Based Hardware was also developing a device called Friend. The founder, Nick Shevchenko, had announced his open source wearable months earlier in March of 2024. It was designed to work as a productivity-focused AI, an assistant that used a brain-computer interface to boost concentration. But that all changed after Schiffman's company purchased the friend.com domain in August 2024. Suddenly, there were two startups, both selling AI pendants called Friend. The overlap didn't stay quiet for long. What followed was a messy back and forth online, with each founder insisting that they'd thought of the idea first. Nick Shevchenko even posted a rap video dissing Schiffman, with lyrics like, quote, "You stole my name, now feel the flame. Friend was mine, you're just lame." End quote. Make of that what you will. In the end, Shevchenko blinked first. He rebranded his device to Omni to avoid confusion, especially after Schiffman's version had already claimed the spotlight. For Schiffman though, spending that much money on a URL was totally worth it. This is what he had to say about it.
He spent, I think it was 1.8 million of your 2.5 million raised just on buying friend.com. Why?
Because you're talking about it.
Okay.
You know, it works. These things work. There's already like, I tweeted about this last night. There's like 5.1 thousand other websites that are all backlinking to friend.com already. That is, you know, you can't pay for that kind of earned media or anything like that. Previously, the product was called Tab. If I tell you that I'm building a product that's Tab, I mean, you have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
Friend is a friend. And I think you already have a lot of preconceptions about what a friend is. And, you know, it's a very positive connotation word.
Okay, so I'll leave you with a few thoughts. Starting with this.
So this is Mothlan. This is an AI companion that launched officially today in the US. You know, it's kind of like a Tamagotchi, but more cuddly. You don't have to feed it as well. It won't get mad at you or hate you for not remembering to feed it. And it is just the cutest little thing. It has sensors all around its body. It grows to recognize its owner. It develops its own personality. No two Mothlands are alike. And mine is named Moffy, like coffee, but with an M. He is very vocal, very active.
That was the new AI pet by Casio, and it points to a trend among us humans. What does this say about us? It's simply tapping into the loneliness epidemic that we've been seeing growing for decades. But what's unique about this time in history is that we're trying to heal ourselves, heal our loneliness, with technology. If you think about it, it's just AI replacing roles of people again, but this time, friendship and companionship. As for the Friend product in particular, this is my opinion, but I think maybe Avi's age demographic is partly the reason why it exists. Him being 22 means that he was born in 2003, and basically, for a lot of people in those age groups, their whole lives feels like a series of crises. At age 17, one of the most formative and social years of your life, you're locked in your house, on and off, for 2 years, and the world has changed. That has to do something to your social circles and your life experience. So for that demographic to feel lonely and anxious, it makes sense. And out of those experiences could come a product like this. But there's a deeper question here. Why collectively are we lonelier than we've ever been before? Even before COVID, this trend was well established. Well, it's your lucky day because I've done a full entire episode on that topic. We explore the causes from the root of the loneliness epidemic, so I'll leave a link for it after this. So to wrap up, AI can be a great tool for a lot of things, but for every meaningful breakthrough, there's even more hype, and yet another AI project that makes you wonder, what purpose does this serve, really? So what's your take? Would you ever wear something like this? Or do you think it's just another pointless gadget with AI glued on top? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Anyway, that's about it from me. My name is Dagogo, and you've been watching ColdFusion, and I'll catch you again soon for the next episode. Cheers, guys. Have a good one.
ColdFusion. It's new thinking.